I've been scarred and I've been bruised. I have learned just what to do. I need to leave my past behind me. I need to look to the future. No matter what will come, no matter what I've done, I know just what to do. And that's all because of you.
Hi guys, welcome back to another Tuesday. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Are you used to it yet? Is it sinking in that I'm really back? Do you believe it? Welcome back. My name is Zianda Mavumengwana. I don't even know if I should introduce myself as a psychologist or the author. I feel like I should introduce myself as the author. Welcome back to all of you. We are doing gaslighting as promised today. Thank you so much for coming back when I came back. And now that you are back, we are doing things as you know them. Tingo should be here actually for this video, but we're in a different location, and Tingo is in a different location, but Tingo should be here because gaslighting is a very heavy emotional experience for the people that have been through it. And for the people that don't understand what the term means, gaslighting means denying someone else's reality. You know, you do that either by lying, by devaluing their experience, by minimizing the fact that they're experiencing it. Any of those things that seek to actually deny the fact that somebody is experiencing, feeling, or seeing what they are seeing. I mean, when it's really overt, people deny stuff that happened, saying a screenshot, saying the evidence, and they're like, no, that did not happen. Sometimes they say things like you're overreacting, so as if your response to the situation doesn't match the injury, or sometimes they actually overlook the fact that you are injured altogether. And the more sophisticated form is when they act ignorant and you try to explain harder and harder, and they just act blank, like they don't understand what is going on. Whatever form of emotional manipulation that seeks to discredit the fact that you know how to make a judgment call, you know what you are seeing, and what you are seeing is indeed what you are seeing. So when a person manipulates the fiber of your understanding of that reality, we call that gaslighting. It comes obviously from the film Gaslight, once a play, then a film, where this guy was manipulating the light physically, and as the wife kept on saying, did you notice that? Did you see that the light did this? He kept on insisting that the light isn't any lower than what it was previously, so making her feel like you are imagining the changes in the quality of light. So you get the concept, because even today, that's what gaslighting actually means. It says what you are seeing isn't real, what you are feeling isn't real, and it varies in disrespect of how they are going to do that to you. But the damage is pervasive. When somebody gaslights you, they remove your conviction and your confidence that you can make a judgment call. We have to make decisions daily. We have to engage with reality daily. Imagine what a frightening place to be in when you doubt your ability to make a judgment call. When you doubt your ability to see reality for what it is. How do you then engage with reality going forward if you don't know that you can? Because, I mean, if you define what detachment from reality is, that is generally what is filling up psychiatric hospitals for acutely ill patients. So if somebody does that, and does that severely, and does that often enough, and removes you from reality, they are essentially making you sick. You know, even if you don't end up in a psych ward, people that have been gaslighted in their relationships and their interactions are generally very edgy, very unsure, very insecure, because truly every time they've thought, I know what I know, somebody confidently said, no, you don't know what you know. I really cannot fathom what that does to the human spirit. When gaslighting has been successful enough, when somebody's done a stunning job at gaslighting you, they even leave you with this longing for your hypothesis that it was bad to be confirmed in the future. You know, when you're waiting for karma to sort of avenge you, or you're waiting for them to mess up in the future, in a relationship, so that people can see that indeed what they put you through was as horrible as it was. Once you start longing for the hypothesis that it was painful to be confirmed at a later stage, then truly the gaslighting was pervasive. Because how are you not sure that the pain you felt was painful? How are you waiting for the future to confirm that indeed the pain you felt was the pain that you felt, yet you were there and you felt it? Then you know a person has done a number on that person's capacity to make a judgment call. You were there. You don't need any other moment, any other person. You don't even need them to validate that indeed what I put you through is what I put you through. I hope with time you summon the courage to believe yourself. Pleasure from pain are very, very contrary experiences. There's no way you would mistake discomfort for pleasure. There's just no way. When something is painful, it is painful. In the very least, a healthy person who is well differentiated understands that when you relate to other people, you are dealing with a human that is separate from you. Therefore, they experience, perceive, and judge reality different from you. They need different things from you. And therefore, you always act in ways that are curious about their experience, that care about their experience. It is arrogance of the highest order to actually think your reality is the only reality that exists, and if another person is experiencing it in a different way, then they must be mad. That's gaslighting. A healthy person, even when they disagree about the facts, can in the very least appreciate the fact that you are a different human to them. You are likely to need something different, to see something different, to experience something different. And when another human matters, then their experience matters. People that find it easy to gaslight you essentially don't care about you as a separate human from them. Hence, gaslighting is common in abusive relationships. It is the most common tactic of narcissistic people, of emotionally abusive people, because they have a disregard for the emotional experience of another. In fact, they have a disregard of another person entirely. And another person is an extension of them, or a puppet in their make-believe world, or just a supporting cast in the film that is their life. And therefore when you speak up and say you're experiencing something differently to what they intended, they take so much offense. And if bagezanyan, they ridicule it. There's contempt in their responses. You're overreacting. Are you taking your meds? When last did you go to your therapist? Are you back to drinking again? That's them discrediting that you are feeling what you are feeling. And I think that the most hurtful way of gaslighting is when they act like a different person in front of other people. I don't know if there's a meaner way to gaslight someone than in front of witnesses act like a different person, and behind closed doors act like another person. Because when you see this good person, when you see the person that the other people are observing, you really start doubting that the evil that you saw, were you overreacting? Are they as bad as how you're feeling on the inside? Are they as mean as how they sometimes sound? Because here they are, just as you're beginning to be convinced that they're calculating, here they are being generous, being kind, being heroic to other people. That is gaslighting. Because it's again removing your capacity to know what you know. Once you don't know what you know anymore, you've been gaslighted. You've been manipulated. You know what you know. You've lived in your body longer than any person you will relate to. You know discomfort. You know pain. You know offense. It may not have been intended, and they're allowed to state that I did not mean to hurt you. But they will validate, a healthy person will validate that I may have not meant to cause that feeling to you, but we are evil. A gaslighting person denies the fact that we are evil. Or they blatantly ignore you. Actually, they move on like nothing is happening. And then you adjust yourself to snap out of it. Men, when they've done a good job, you even apologize for feeling what you're feeling, because they're carrying on in ways that contradict your internal experience. Therefore, it must be you. The problem must be you. When you start shouldering the responsibility for harm caused unto you, and you will do that if nobody's owning up that I hurt you, if nobody's validating that the thing you are feeling is because of me, you're left to look on the inside. Also, you really start investigating if it was not self-inflicted. Validation is a gift you give to another person. That I did that, and I'm sorry. That what you are feeling is indeed real, and I participated in the creation of that experience. I didn't mean to. Men, if they feel like they didn't harm you, in the very least, they have a curiosity to understand, how did you get to this conclusion? I'm not seeing this the way that you are seeing it, but there is an appreciation that you are seeing it another way, and that matters. It's important that you are seeing something and feeling something, and there's an investment from their end to understand that. A person who gaslights you does not care about you. Hence the feelings of insignificance, of unimportance and this exhaustion of chronically trying to articulate it. You will never have to explain pain. You will never have to explain pain to a healthy person. And you turn blue in the face because the harder you explain, the more it just seems like it does not register. They're not comprehending, your reality. Then that's manipulation. Humans relate to other humans. Humans connect to the feeling of another human. They may not be feeling what you are feeling, but they can comprehend the cause for tears, because even if they cried for another thing, they understand the pain that can reduce a person to tears. So there's an empathy for a person that's feeling something, because for as long as you are human, you felt it too. You relate to people's feelings. Now, a person that cannot mirror and match and comprehend what you are feeling implies they don't have feelings or they don't care about your feelings. And both of those odds are a bit of a problem. I wish you courage to sniff it quickly and believe yourself the first time. Because the common mistake we make is because you're not sure, because they're not validating it. You keep on extending more time just to confirm if what you are seeing is what you are seeing. And then there's no validation and you're like, I must be wrong. They must not have meant it that way, and you extend them more time. By the time they're done with you, you don't trust yourself, you don't trust the things that you think, you don't trust people. Because you were so confident about them and the hope you had in them, and you turned out to be wrong. You were so trustful of your instinct, and they discredited so often that now you don't trust your instinct anymore. When they're done with you, don't give them the opportunity to keep on gaslighting you. Believe your experience the first time. I feel what I feel. Whether you intended to cause it, I don't know the motivations behind what you did, but I feel what I feel. And what I feel is important. Important enough to at least be listened to at least be investigated. You are important. Your needs are important. Your feelings are important. I hope you surround yourself with people that will believe you when you say you are feeling something. I hope you invest in relationships that will reflect back to you that the injury you sustained is indeed an injury. And I hope you don't outsource, the conviction of your experience, list of all from the perpetrator. I hope you don't nurse the hope that they will one day come back and say, indeed, what I did is what I did. Raise it once, and if they're refusing to comprehend it, go talk to people that care enough about you to care about how you feel. But most importantly, believe yourself. You know yourself well. And pain is a very obvious thing. You cannot mistake pain. You cannot imagine discomfort. And I believe you. I believe you. And I hope there's enough people in your circle who can reiterate it to you that they believe you. You did not imagine it. Pain cannot be imagined. In the absence of their validation, I hope you validate yourself. You felt what you felt. You were there. Even if nobody else believes you, you know what you know. And you don't need the future and for them to mess up in the future in order to believe that indeed they did it to another person, so it must have been real. It was real the first time. All right. I hope that does something to you. I hope that begins to validate you. But yes, that is one of the most horrible emotional experiences you can go through. You didn't deserve it. And I hope in your next interactions and in your next relationships, you can believe yourself sooner. Bye guys, and I will see you on the next one.